course. I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, he will get hurt.
Terence Crawford just lit the fuse. He's not only saying he can hurt Canelo, he's daring to prove it. But here's the twist. He's not coming to brawl. He's coming to win round by calculated round. Even Teddy Atlas, one of boxing's sharpest minds, is backing Crawford without hesitation, stating, "I'm taking Crawford to handle it all. That's it. I'm not in any way trying to shortchange the tremendous fighter named Canelo." Atlas isn't just siding with Bud. He truly believes Crawford has the tools to knock Canelo out, or at least outclass him over 12 rounds. It's not about disrespecting Canelo's legacy. It's about what Atlas sees in Crawford right now. The timing, the poise, the killer instinct. Atlas knows what greatness looks like, and when a veteran like him puts that much faith in a fighter, it's never just talk, it's a warning. And despite all the noise and bold predictions, Canelo didn't flinch, not even a little.
I'm being in this sport like so many years. I had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's
He's heard
it.
the talk and seen the hype, but in his mind it means nothing. Canelo believes his experience is the real weapon here, the edge that will break Crawford down when it matters most. He's faced every style, conquered every challenge, and still stands at the top. This isn't new territory for him, and when a fighter as battle-tested as Canelo calmly says he's coming to do his job, it's not bravado, it's a cold, quiet warning. But Canelo didn't stop there. He wanted to make one thing crystal clear: he's not just another elite boxer stepping into the ring. I'm different. I'm an elite fighter, that's the difference. A big difference, he stated. This wasn't cockiness, it was conviction. In Canelo's eyes, Crawford may be great, but he's built differently. Canelo's not coming to match skills, he's coming to lead, to dictate, to dominate. He's been in deep waters before, and has always found a way to rise. And when a fighter talks like that, you can feel the storm building. Even Canelo admits this fight was never part of his plan. In fact, he never imagined sharing the ring with
Thinking
Crawford.
about to fight Crawford, I never in my life, because he's a low weight than me. So, but I never thinking about it. But that's the fun part of boxing. You never know what is gonna happen, right? And now we are here. And I'm glad to share the ring with one of the best fighters out there, and I just can't wait.
That's the beauty of boxing. The unexpected becomes reality. And now that the fight is here, Canelo's not just ready. He's excited. He respects Crawford's rise and respects the challenge. But that doesn't mean he's backing down. This is about pride, about legacy, about reminding the world why he's still at the top. The calm before the storm has never felt this electric. And then came the sharpest line of all. Canelo drew a line in the sand, making it loud and clear in his mind. Crawford simply isn't built for this weight class.
Never.
So
Never.
he will never beat you.
Obviously he's a special fighter. He's a good fighter, but that's why they are good weight classes, right? And we're gonna find out September.
He called it exactly how he sees it. Crawford is a special fighter, but not his size, not his level. It wasn't trash talk, it was a cold truth from a man who has gone to war with giants. Canelo isn't just questioning Crawford's skill, he's questioning whether he even belongs in the same ring. To him, weight classes exist for a reason, and come September he plans to show why that difference matters. But Crawford isn't one to stay quiet, and he hit back with precision, just like he does in the ring.
I won't say like to. It will end with my hand rose, making history.
I like that answer, but
Listen. I might be the smaller fighter, but Canelo can testify to this. He went up against bigger fighters and been victorious. So all that smaller fighter and I'm the bigger fighter, that goes out the window when you got skills.
He made it clear that being the smaller man doesn't mean being the weaker one. In fact, he pointed out how Canelo himself has beaten bigger fighters, so that excuse doesn't fly. Crawford believes skills beat size every time, and he's here to prove it. No fear, no backing down, just pure confidence wrapped in experience. When Crawford talks like that, you know he's not coming to participate, he's coming to take over. He doesn't shy away from the truth. He knows exactly what he's walking into, and he knows the world is watching, asking the same burning question.
A tremendous fighter. He got the skills, the experience, the power. He got everything. That's why it's so intriguing. Everybody want to know, can Terence Crawford take Canelo power? Can Terence Crawford deal with Canelo pressure? Can Terence Crawford deal with Canelo's body attack and his experience? And that's why everybody want to see it, because they know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
He admits it himself. He never imagined facing Canelo, not even in his wildest dreams. But the sport evolved, champions retired, and the spotlight narrowed down to just two names. Crawford sees this as a meeting of the last two greats still standing. It's not just a big fight, it's the fight. And when destiny lines up like this, history is no longer written, it's earned. Crawford kept it simple, but his words carried serious weight. No fluff, no bold predictions, just a quiet, unshakable belief in himself. Listen closely, because when a fighter like that speaks, you know he's ready for whatever comes next.
We know what Canelo brings to the table, but nobody knows what Terence Crawford is bringing to the table at 168, and that's why the fight is going to be so intriguing. I never thought in a million years of me fighting Canelo. Never. Watching him as he coming up, a rise, and me at a smaller weight class, it was never a thought of fighting him. But as I got bigger, and as the great fighters started retiring, Canelo is the last great. Terence Crawford the last great. So why not make it a super great fight? That's why I chose Canelo.
As a thought, the idea of losing doesn't exist for me, Canelo said. I train, I give my best, I dedicate myself to this sport, and I only think about winning, about making history, and this is no exception. For him, defeat, that simply isn't in the picture. Every drop of sweat, every early morning, every sacrifice is all for one purpose, to win and to make history. This isn't just another payday or another belt. This is about legacy. He's not coming for survival. He's coming for domination. When Canelo talks like that, you're not just hearing confidence, you're hearing obsession. And when obsession meets opportunity, fireworks are guaranteed. Canelo made one thing clear. He doesn't see Crawford as a real threat. The respect may be there on the surface, but underneath it, there's doubt and a burning conviction that he's still.
I never ever say how a fight gonna end. If you watch Terence Crawford's whole career, I never came and predicted I was gonna knock somebody out or I was gonna do this. But every time I did say something, I said I was gonna win. And I'm saying that right now. I'm going to win.
Pointed to champions like Victor Postal and Ricky Burns, fighters with belts, solid resumes, and grit, but Canelo wasn't impressed. In his eyes, those weren't elite opponents, just solid names, nothing more. To Canelo, elite means surviving the fire against legends, not just holding a title. The exchange was about more than names, it was about status. But Crawford refused to stay quiet and watch his legacy be dismissed. If Canelo says he's never faced an elite fighter, he's not just questioning opponents, he's questioning everything Crawford has built. I'm going to fight an elite fighter in September, Crawford stated, making it clear this was about respect as much as victory. And just when things seemed to cool down, Canelo turned up the heat with a line that blurred the line between confidence and threat.
Always in my mind doesn't exist loss. I train, I put my best, I dedicate myself to this sport, and I'm just thinking about win, to make history, and this is no deception.
He gave Crawford his flowers, sure, but made it crystal clear this might be Crawford's final headline. Canelo's tone was sharp, almost mocking, hinting that Crawford should enjoy the payday while he can. It wasn't just trash talk, it was a warning disguised as a farewell. In Canelo's eyes, this isn't just a fight, it's an ending, one he intends to walk away from alone. Because in Canelo's world, there's no room for two kings. Yet the tension only grew as Crawford delivered a cold warning of his own, and Canelo met it without blinking. The silence between them saying more than words.
He's a good fighter, a great fighter. I always say before I see him calling me out and want to fight and everything, I say before he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
Crawford didn't just claim victory, he claimed that his fights leave lasting damage, that stepping into the ring with him changes a fighter forever. But Canelo refused to back down. He shot back with calm defiance, daring Crawford to say the same thing when the final bell rings. This was no longer just a back and forth, it was personal. Two champions, both unshaken, both convinced the other won't survive the aftermath. The storm is coming, and only one will walk out whole. The mind games didn't stop. Crawford gave Canelo his due, but followed it with a shot that hit deep.
It wasn't elite.
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
Oh, so he wasn't commercialized. He wasn't.
Who's
he
that
wasn't a great. Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
What 40 years old champion in that moment beat Surposter in my gym. I saw that.
So Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
Ricky Bones doesn't elite. He's
Okay,
not elite.
it's cool. Well,
Is there a
I'm going to
champion?
fight another.
There is a
fighter in
champions,
September.
good fighters, but elite fighters is
He
different.
acknowledged Canelo's impressive resume, but quickly questioned when those wins happened, pointing out that many came against opponents past their prime, and when they weren't, the results spoke for themselves. It was a clever jab, laced with truth and challenge. Crawford wasn't just critiquing Canelo's past, he was setting the stage for what comes next. Now he's not just aiming to win, he's aiming to expose. And he didn't stop at general criticism, he brought receipts, naming names, moments, and outcomes, methodically peeling back the shine on Canelo's career until every crack.
Wait.
I'm gonna fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
we
we're
wanna find out.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna find out. And don't get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great
You ain't
fighter.
gotta
But
tell
are
me
you
I'm-
gonna find out? I hope
I'm talking about
your
elite.
uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money because it's gonna be the last. That's
It
for
may
sure.
be. It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
He
No.
acknowledged Canelo's impressive resume, but quickly questioned when those wins happened, pointing out that many came against opponents past their prime, and when they weren't, the results spoke for themselves. It was a clever jab, laced with truth and challenge. Crawford wasn't just critiquing Canelo's past, he was setting the stage for what comes next. Now he's not just aiming to win, he's aiming to expose. And he didn't stop at general criticism, he brought receipts, naming names, moments, and outcomes, methodically peeling back the shine on Canelo's career until every crack was
Fighters
laid
fight
bare.
me. They never the same. So I just hope
Yeah.
your career continue.
If you look my career, never say
Canelo got a
after
great
me.
resume. You know, I'm not gonna take it away from him. He's fought a lot of great champions, but you know, at the age that he fought him in, you know, they was already on a decline. Some of them, you know, and when he didn't, you know, you see what happened.
He laid it out plain. The style, the skills, the heart, it's all locked in. Crawford knows Canelo won't take it easy, and he has no intention of doing so either. This won't be a chess match. It'll be a test of will, grit, and fire. Instead of fear, Crawford's showing excitement, and that energy isn't just hype, it's a sign he's already in the fight before the bell even rings. This is where respect ends and war begins. Just when the intensity seemed to hit its peak, Crawford revealed something that added a whole new layer of intrigue. He hasn't even hit full
You know,
gear.
he fought Laura, you know, and I thought Laura beat him. You know, he fought, you know, Mayweather. You see what happened. He fought Bivol when he went up and tried to be great, like I'm doing. And, you know, he came up short. You know, when he fought my boy from Texas, you know, they gave him problems, but you know, it is what it is.
He admitted he's keeping things light for now. No hard sparring, no full-blown camp. Why? Because when he trains, he goes all in. And this time he's saving every ounce of that fire for fight night. Crawford isn't just pacing himself. He's planning a perfectly timed explosion. While others burn out early, he's conserving energy for the storm. And that calm, calculated patience might be the most dangerous weapon of all. Meanwhile, on the other side, Canelo's mindset couldn't be more different. He's already deep in the trenches, sharpening every weapon for what's to come. So, guys, subscribe to my channel for more updates.